I've got the World Cup on right here.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, Colombia and Sweden.
Still 0-0.
Switzerland. Still 0-0. We're fine. Okay. Anyway, all right. So the Eight of Hearts.
Wait, did you hit record?
Yeah.
Oh.
Recording.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So it's time for the August energies. And Candy and I are, just don't worry about it, watching the World Cup over here off to the side of the screen.
Because we're obviously recording this mid-July.
Yeah. So this is Eight of Hearts. This is healing power. It's reversing itself. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the Eight of Hearts card. These people are the big baby sages if you have an Eight of Hearts birth card, because they have this combination of like healing energy and power, which is the 8, the healing energy, the heart. But when you get this card as like an oracle card from our oracle deck, we have labeled this healing power, so that it's like it's taking the two concepts of the power of the 8 and the healing energy of the heart, putting them into one card, giving you the strength. And 8 always means you've got the strength to do this. The heart, on its most basic level, is emotions, but this could be, I mean, of course, when you're healing, you're either healing yourself physically or emotionally, maybe spiritually. But it's like, what I'm feeling about this is July is this big deal energetically and astrologically. And we kind of talk about the energies of it in the previous mid-July episode that dropped like July 15th. And it's like the August energy is sort of like coming down off of that, but not down in a way where you're like crashing out. It's more like more settled, to give you some space to integrate everything that has gone on in the first 7 months of the year. That's what it feels like to me. Mm-hmm. So we have on here nothing that really stands out. I don't know what this person's praying, I guess. Yeah. So getting in tune with yourself, meditating, or whatever it is that you do that brings you that sense of space in your life. And if you're really, really fucking busy, 5 minutes a day, even journaling at the end of the day for 5 minutes, staring off into space for 5 minutes, breathing, whatever you can do to just give a little space and distance to kind of let that energy integrate. So my favorite thing on the planet is to just lay down on the ground outside. And I live in an apartment, and so people are always walking by, and I'm just like splayed out on the concrete. I'm like, I don't care.
Hey, lady, you okay?
No, that happened to me one time. I was at my parents' house. It was in the winter, and I went out to their backyard and was laying on the side of the hill, and this lady stopped and backed. She had like a car that would, like a van that carries elderly people around, like it gives them rides places, and it backs up, boop, boop, boop. I was like, oh no. And she stopped. She's like, are you all right? And I was like, I'm fine. I'm just resting on the ground in the middle of winter. No worries.
I love it. Oh my God.
Okay, so August energies. All right, so Candy's going to go into the bubble. She's going to connect with we kind of call it like the higher self collective, and I would just be like, it's kind of like just like the collective energy to tell us what needs to come forward, especially considering the people that are listening to this, what they need to know about the month of August in 2026.
Mm-hmm. Well, so they were reminding me of July, like the energy that came through for July when we did that for the beginning of the month. So not the podcast right before this one, but the July Energies podcast. And it was all about like going with the flow. And so they showed me that first, reminded me of that. Then they pulled in your reference to the podcast that we just recorded and talking about like the energy upgrades that are coming in. And again, they're like, that's important when you think about going with the flow, because people are kind of getting swept up in this upgraded energy. And then they showed me a staircase, like just steps. And they're like, okay, so we're just floating. We're going with the flow, but the energy's lifting. Our frequencies are raising. The World Cup's bringing us joy, or whatever's happening. Summer's happening. You're vacationing. You're having a good time. And then in August, it just sort of like rests us on this new step.
Oh, okay.
And that's where like the healing takes place, because there's no climbing happening. There's no like pushing up. It's like August is where we get to integrate all of the like the joyous happiness, like any of the stuff that you were feeling in July that made you feel good, that gets to get imprinted and integrated in August. So it's like just something that you're carrying with you now going forward. So you're not going back down the steps. Like right now in August, we're paused. We're up a level and we're paused. And it happens to everybody. So if you, from a spiritual perspective, when people talk about, like we can be on different rungs and we can be at different stages in our lives. So even if somebody was, maybe down on a second or third step, they still went up a step. And if somebody was up on a, fifth or sixth step, they went up a step. So it's like everybody sort of like collectively went up a rung or a step. And that's kind of where you're going to hang out just to integrate that. It's going to feel like almost a little bit like a new you.
Ooh.
I feel like maybe Lee Harris talked a little bit about this in July too. Like new stuff's going to come online, probably happening towards the end of July, and then you're really going to feel it in August, where it's like, maybe you get a new job, or maybe you all of a sudden take up a new hobby, or maybe you realize that you're really good at something that you didn't know that you were really good at, or maybe all of a sudden you have patience and you've not had patience your entire life.
Right.
Like it could be all kinds of interesting nuanced things, but there's going to be something that happens where you're going to be like, oh my God, like who dat? This is me. This is, oh my God. Like I always jokingly say like, oh, my HRT's working.
Oh,
New me. Who dis? I didn't
that
scream at that person,
person.
but exactly. I didn't
Good.
honk my horn at that person. Oh, who dis? But it's just going to become a part of who you are. And they like if you can recognize it within yourself and acknowledge it and celebrate it, because it both honors who you were in the space that you were in and allows you to be a witness and a cheerleader and a celebrator of your own growth. And they love that because we're always celebrating other people's victories. So in August, like find the little things to celebrate your own victory.
Yeah, and I think this is like we're talking like this like woo like energetic level. But I think I don't know. I think it really helps like when you do that self-reflection to help kind of understand it better, but I think the way I would see it is when I look around at the people around me, I can tell that they are in a lighter frequency than they used to be. Just the way they handle things, the way they react to things, like to me it's like almost like an emotional level, but it's like kind of, so when we kind of talked about this in the mid-July video about the event horizon and like passing through this threshold where the energy shifts and like it doesn't go back. And to me, it's kind of like that thing where, let's say you like learn how to do addition when you're in elementary school and it just like becomes part of you and then you can just do it from now on.
Yeah, right.
And you don't really remember the you before you could do addition, but some point there was a you that could not do addition and now you can and you just don't even think about it. And it's kind of like that is that subtle of like learning a skill. It's almost like that. It just becomes embedded into who you are.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything else they want us to know generally speaking for August?
Oh, is this specifically for the people with like kids in the back to school? Yes and no. So August has this energy of like bracing because schedules all
like
shift again.
Schedule, yeah.
Yeah, especially for parents and like people going back to school or whatever. Or, it just creates this like ripple effect out that we all feel like, oh, August, like shit shifting. They're just like yes and no. To the best of your ability, resist the urge to grip and or brace. Because the shift, you've done it before, it's happened before, it's just part of the process. It's like you don't shift when the leaves change colors. So why are you shifting just because it's August? Like just flow with it a little bit better. Learn from July, flow with the shifts and the changes and the edits.
Well, yeah, and kind of just know that you do this every year and you get adjusted to the schedule. And you
Yeah.
will again this year.
Yes. And also the some part of you that is either healed or healing or like this new skill thing that's coming online that you're going to realize is going to make it's just going to make this shifting easier. So if you're hearing this, like August is just not going to be what August was last year.
Yeah, and like the new skill, like again, like that's maybe not going to be so obvious, but it is. It's, I would say like this, they're probably talking about, and you can correct me as I'm speaking, but they're probably talking about a skill, meaning like a way, the way you're interacting with your life and the world.
Yeah, like what I keep hearing in my head is acceptance. For example, a
Yeah.
lot of people will just have a deeper skill at accepting,
Yeah. I was
like
doing that
getting them.
today. I'm like,
There we go.
stop resisting this, Laura. Just, it's what's
Exactly.
happening right now.
Resistance is hard.
Oh my God. It makes everything so much harder.
Hmm.
Woof. Okay. We're going to do the suits. So if you don't know what your suit is, this is so easy. You go to our website, rainworld.co. You look up your card, and whatever your card is, it's that suit. I've had more than one person be like, I can't remember my suit. I'm like, it's just one thing. You can do it. All right. So we're going to start with hearts. All right. This will be the Ace of Diamonds. Start fresh. So, new job. That's the literal definition of an Ace of Diamonds for hearts. And it's just, it could be like a new set of values. So, more on that subtle level where you're like, oh, why am I putting so much energy into this? I'm going to focus my attention and my energy more on this. And that would be you switching what you're valuing because of how you put your time on it. It could literally be what you're putting your money into as well. Those are all kind of general definitions for the Ace of Diamonds. So, it seems like a fresh start for hearts this month. So, anything that you want to tell the hearts coming forward from the Higher Self Collective about that?
Oh my God, they're just like they're giving me the finger on the nose. Like, no, Laura nailed it. That's exactly what August is for the hearts.
All right, fresh start. Get ready.
Ooh, there's a fresh start too. Like they're not just dumping a bunch of information, just fresh
Yeah,
start.
fresh start. They're also having a fresh start. Clubs. Okay, Gwen and Ange, this is yours.
Fun. Shout out.
They're like, I never can remember. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, all the clubs. Oh, I dropped it. Is a four of clubs. Get clear. So this is a like, and fours are always like a foundational energy. Um, and it's this would be like about actually not that different from the Ace of Diamonds, although not necessarily a fresh like a starting over point, but it is a point where you are like, I've been thinking about this in one way, and I need to kind of clear out the dust and get really focused and centered, clear out the fluff, the extra stuff that's not important, and that focusing will help me kind of make a decision because I feel like with the club coming forward, club is a mental, the club suit is the mental suit, I mean the mind suit, so it could very much be around like decision making.
Yes, 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 yes. That last part that you added on is the part that they were talking about is stop thinking about everything.
That is a
Everything doesn't
bad, the
matter.
clubs do that. They do that real bad.
And when you think about everything, ultimately you're thinking about nothing. So, like, pick the things that are important and focus only on those. And if you have to write the other things down, write them down, but then put the list in a drawer.
Yeah. And be like, I can come back to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's also important for like the neuroscientists will talk about this, but it's like you've got to get your brain a container. It is trying to solve all the fucking problems all the time. And so like you do what Candy just said, you put them all on a list and be like, we don't have to deal with this until I decide to deal with it and look at this like list. And then you can put it in a drawer and come back to it later. It'll help your brain kind of turn off.
Yeah.
Kind of. Brains never turn off. At least for me. I don't know.
No, they don't.
And the club mind, yeah. Maybe others. Diamonds, let's do it. Candy's a diamond.
I'm a diamond.
Travis Kelsey's a diamond.
Hey.
10 of diamonds. Ooh, diamonds on diamonds.
Ooh.
Land of plenty. This is a good manifestation card. This is the big money card. If you're like looking for a raise or if you're playing the lottery or some shit like that, like if you have a business that you're starting up, like this is a really good card to support all of that literal money stuff. And otherwise it's like looking at the abundance in your life, if you've been tending to look at the lack, it would be switching your focus to, it's all about what you focus on. So if you're focusing on the lack, then it's kind of moving it over to focus on abundance in the month of August.
Yep. The only thing that they're adding is there's a lot of similarities between clubs and diamonds. Okay.
This month or just in general?
In general, this is what they're saying. They're saying there's a lot of similarities between clubs and diamonds in their ability to manifest through the mental gymnastics. Okay.
Okay, continue.
And so, therefore, hence evermore, to the degree that we're not streamlined in our approach, it just sort of like spaghetti on the wall. Like, just nothing really moves because we're like trying to do too many things at once.
Totally.
So, similar to the get clear for the clubs, this is a different get clear. It is, yes, you have the energy of the 10 of diamonds, but you need that energy to be focused.
Right.
So what is the one, no more than two things that you want to focus that money making growth? It's really a growth card. So it could be about making money, or it could be about deepening, an understanding, or deepening a practice, or like growing a skill set. So anywhere where you could use like a grow word, it applies to diamonds in August.
That's really good. I like that. I never thought about the 10 as a growth. Makes perfect sense. It's a Jupiter type of energy.
I love Jupiter.
All right. Last but not least, the spades. Here we go. Six of clubs, follow the rules. This is about finding balance and maybe not working outside of the box right now, but like, it's like, not that spades are often rebellious, because they're not really, but it's like, if your energy's been going toward trying to think outside the box or trying to push something forward, it might just be time to kind of just sort of like in the beginning of the video, we talked about the kind of plateau of energy. It might just be kind of like falling in line with that and not trying to do the next big thing in this month is kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, but what I kept hearing them say is for spades, it's like pulling the energy in. It's like just going within, staying within. So the fact that you kept saying a box, like when you were describing it, they're like, yes, like go into the box, stay in the box. It feels like there's something really healing that the spades need to experience. And it is personal. So it's not like working with others. It's like a personal healing that they're going to experience. And it feels like rest is going to be important, or solo time or something along those lines.
Yeah, spades a lot of those cards that are people who are spades are workaholics.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So it could, because that 6 comes in and try to tell you like you're trying to balance things, like get more work-life balance this month. And maybe like don't strive, don't try to go do the next thing. Yeah. All right. Those are the August energies, everyone. We will see you next time.
Bye.
That wraps this episode of One Card Shy. Did you love it? Leave us a review, share it with your friends, and sign up for our monthly crown straightener. Bonus, you'll get our free Claim Your Crown guide when you subscribe.
And be sure to find us on Instagram and check out our website. Both are rainworld.co. All the links are below. See you next time, Queens.